Good morning all, this is Pip and I'm out on the bike again, and it is morning, it's 7:15 and I've just finished work. I finished work at 6 and on the way home I went to the petrol station and filled my car, which is diesel. I got £40 worth of diesel, filled it up, and I finished work at 6 and at 6:05 I'm in the garage filling up, and there was already a huge queue at the pumps because at the moment the UK is in the middle of panic buying. Started off by the MPs, who have apparently said with the prospect of fuel tanker driver strike coming up. Yeah, this is why I'm coming down here, just to show you. This is the garage at the bottom of my road. This is Morrison's, and look at the queues. At 7:15 they are blocking. Well, I don't know what you're doing, but you're blocking the road, knob, and you've just blocked the road. You've just blocked the road. Whole town full of knobs, a whole country full of knobs. So I filled my car up because my car actually needed filling up. But at 6:05 this morning I had to queue to get to the pumps. 6:45 now, and you can see what's going on at this Morrison's here, which is normally I don't come through there, but I thought I'll put the camera on and I'll share that, because I had a good idea that that's what was going to be going on there. So I'm now, the bike is on 2 on the fuel gauge. I think it goes to 6, 5, 6. So I'm going to go fill the bike up because I'm going out for a ride. It's fairly cold at the moment, but I'm sure it's going to brighten up to be a lovely day again. I'm going to have a couple of hours out on the bike, and to do that I need some fuel. So I'm not going to be panic buying. I'm not going out and putting £5 worth in just because I've heard there's going to be a fuel shortage coming up. But I do need fuel. I'm going to fill this to the top and I'm going to go out and I'm going to use it. I'm not filling it up just for the sake of it, and I'm not going to leave it parked up after I've filled it up. I'm going to fill it and I'm going to go out and use it. The downside to that is I need to fill it first. And I'm going to go to where I normally go, and I'm going to see what's happening. I may just have to ride straight by it. Going to be aware here because it's a 30 and there's speed cameras, and I wasn't doing anywhere 28, 29. You know, I wasn't doing 30 or over, but I like to go through under 30, and then it doesn't get called into question. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Tesco, the same one where I just filled the car, but I really suspect that's going to be too busy now, and I'm not going to sit blocking the road like the other ignorant dickheads. So, as you might guess, this is going to be a fuel related vlog. Go on. Well done. And also my little rant about the fuel tanker drivers who are going to go on strike. Unite Union, and I believe it represents five of the big seven, or 5 of the big 7 fuel companies have chosen to strike, have voted to strike over what originally was said to be pay and conditions, and has now been changed to safety and conditions. He's in a rush, off you go. Well, I work. Is he in such a rush? Yeah, he's just gone through a red traffic light. Ignorant knob. Everybody's going to be a knob or a dickhead today. Right. The fuel tanker drivers I deal with day to day. I work in the heavy goods vehicle industry, and it involves me dealing with fuel tanker drivers, the likes of which are striking at the moment every day. Every day I work, I deal with them, and I can tell you that as far as drivers go of HGVs, they are the thickest, rudest, laziest. That's not too bad, and it's not going to block the road getting in there, so I'm going to use this one and go fill up. It could block the road if these people can't get in. Yeah, well, I'm going to wait. He's not. So, the fuel tanker drivers, I deal with many drivers, and the fuel tanker drivers are the worst. They are absolutely the worst. And they are also the most highly paid, most overpaid. And they're striking for pay and conditions. Alright, they might have changed it now and saying it's safety and conditions, but it is actually because, as I believe I read or heard in somebody else's vlog during the night at work, there are cheaper foreign drivers coming in and taking their jobs, as there are in every other profession. They're getting cheaper labour in from abroad. They're taking the jobs. Where am I going to go? Go there. That could have been a bad choice, but never mind. Right, so there is that side to it, but I have also heard that at least one of the big fuel companies has been bought out by another company from, I believe, Malaysia, let's say, but that could be wrong, and instantly imposed new contracts on all the drivers, saying, right, your wages are now going to be this, in line with other drivers, and they don't like it. So this fuel strike affects me because, one thing, if you work in the heavy goods industry and all of a sudden there's a fuel crisis or a fuel shortage and the fuel tanker drivers go on strike and the fuel's not getting out there, as did happen in, I don't remember the year, but in the UK a few years ago, they all did go on strike and they all did stop delivering. It might be as well going up to the next pump, because the 3 vans, they've all got bigger tanks than anybody else and they seem to be taking longer than everybody else. Might go to the end. Yeah, so if the fuel stops getting to the pumps, this is not so manoeuvrable when you're walking it. The trucks on the road can't get their fuel and can't do business. And as I work in the business of heavy goods, when the trucks don't get the fuel, they lose money, they lose work, they go out of business. They're my customers, I go out of business. I end up out of a job. So, is it a good idea? Is it helpful for a country in recession to have fuel tanker drivers go on strike? No, it's not. No, there's a big gap. Won't do it. Not gonna do it. So this affects me. The tanker drivers I work with are my customers, and they're thick. And knowing what I do about the fuel tanker drivers and the vehicles that they're in, I stay well clear of them on a motorway. Let's put it that way. If you see one in lane 1 of a motorway, don't follow all the other cars going through, but I wait for a gap. That's what I do. I don't follow everybody who overtakes the tanker drivers one by one and all in a long queue. I wait for a gap. Give it a distance, let everybody else pass it, and then I'll either go past it with as wide a berth as possible or get out to lane 3 if he's in lane 1. I don't like being at the side of tanker drivers. I'll be honest, I don't know how they get the driving licences, let alone pass the advanced qualifications and the ADR licences that you need for carrying hazardous goods. I don't like them and I don't trust them. I won't be near them on the road. And now they're striking again. And this is what it's caused. Look at the queues now. That's more than when I arrived. People panic buying, getting up early to go fill up the cars on the way to work. That's pathetic. Anyway, that's my rant. I'm going to shut this down, fill the bike up, get out and go for a ride, enjoy the nice weather, and forget all about everything, forget about work. I've now got my 4 days off, and I don't need to think about them for another 4 days. So, catch you all later. I may do another vlog video. I'm going out reservoir hunting again. Although I just realised I didn't post up yesterday's video, or the one from the day before yesterday I did about reservoir hunting. So you don't know why I'm going reservoir hunting again, because you haven't seen the first one. So, anyway, I'll catch you all again. Take care. This is Pip. Ride safe.